Welcome back to Superstarglam and welcome back to a makeup tutorial where I wanted to play with the new Dose of Color and DESIxKATY collab, their second launch, and this is the Friendcation palette. Look at how beautiful it looks inside. Before we jump into the tutorial, don't forget to join this Superstarglam squad family. Go ahead and click the subscribe button, and while you're there, press the notification button as well to be notified every time I upload a video. And now let's go on with the tutorial. So I confused the milk highlighter for the milk blur stick, so yeah, and then I went in with the e.l.f. Lit from Within primer, and I actually like that because it's a little thicker consistency and feels moisturizing, so I just apply it to the areas that I tend to be drier. The two foundations that I am going to use are my current favorite combo, which is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation and the Physician Formula's Healthy Foundation. And for the concealer, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. To brighten this up just a tiny bit, I'm going to take the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. This one's in Neutralizer. I'm going to take this Essence Loose Setting Powder in Banana. It's called 01. The powder's all ripe, and it says that this is a collab with Casey Holmes here on YouTube, and it says it's used as a mattifying setting powder to set matte highlights or for concealer baking. So we're gonna try it out. Ooh, no. It just darkened my concealer. See, bright, not bright. So I'm just gonna set it on this side just to even it out, but I'm gonna have to go in with a brightening powder. This one I love. It's the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffuse Light. This is so disappointing. I'm gonna try to apply this with the sponge and maybe kind of bake and hopefully bring back the brightness. Okay, for the rest of my face, I'm gonna take the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in 02. I'm going to use this to set the rest of my face. And now with no more product, I'm just going to dust this away. I can still see some darkness, but I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to prime my eyes with the J.Cat Beauty All About That Base Shadow Primer in Nude. This is what the palette looks like, and I'm trying to be careful because this shade right here, I think it's called A Moment, it fell out of the pan, so I did have to press it back in there so it's still functioning. So I'm gonna sweep Basic all over the eye just to set that primer just slightly. And then I'm going to take Necessary with the same fluffy brush on my crease. Oof. I wasn't expecting it to be this pigmented. So I'm going to take a clean fluffy brush just to blend that out. The next color I'm going to apply is going to be that shade Churro, and I'm going to apply that on a MAC 217. Going back with that fluffy brush, whatever's left over, I'm just buffing it on the crease just to blend those shades out. I'm applying the shade Basic just to buff out onto the brow bone. Now I'm gonna take Necessary, buff it again on the crease, and then I'm taking this small like pencil brush. It's Morphe E36, and I'm gonna take the shade Chains. I'm gonna apply it here on the outer corner, and then I'm also gonna do that to the inner corner. And then I'm gonna go in with Churro on the 217 brush and go over that to buff it out. Now I'm gonna go with Necessary to blend out the edges. And just deepening this up just a tiny bit. I'm going to clean out the center with the eyeshadow primer base from Luscious Angel Eyes. We got this in the BoxyCharm. I'm going to apply in the center Dirty Money. I'm going to take this like small angled brush from Luxie. It's the 215. And I'm going to take the shade Jeans to kind of deepen that border to add a bit of contrast, and it's defined. Now I'm going to take this tapered fluffy brush from BH, and I'm going to take Churro just a tiny bit, and I'm going to help blend those edges. I'm going to go over that line as well. And now taking Necessary on the fluffy brush and just blending out the edges. I'm going to take the Pretty Vulgar gel eyeliner in Black List. I'm going to add a wing to this look. My wings are never even, so we're just going to go with it. I'm just going to add a little bit of gel liner onto the lash line. Going to finish my eyebrows off camera, and then I'll be back to finish the rest of the face. Okay, brows are done and set. I feel like I need to go into the highlighter Fuego, which they also brought back and re-released with their collection. I'll apply this right here, just very lightly as a brow bone highlight, and also as my inner corner highlight. I'll come back to the lower lash line, but in the meantime I'm going to do the rest of my face. I'm going to contour using the MAC Studio Fix Sculpt and Shape Contour Palette. And I'm going to take Taupe and Sculpt, mix those two up. I'm taking this Soft Angled Contour F23 from Sigma. I'm going to apply the shade Emphasize on my brush and see if we can brighten up under the eye. Ooh, it worked a little bit. And then I'm taking Fuego. I'm also going to apply this as my highlighter, my cheekbone. For the blush, I'm going to take the new Modern Metals e.l.f. face palette. I guess I'm going to take a mixture of all three. See what we get. Tone it down. For bronzer, I'm going to take this new, what's new for me, the BH Brilliance Bronzer Satin Finish in the shade Cocoa Cutie. Look at the packaging, is so cute. There's a little bit of shimmer, it looks like, but we'll see how it applies. Yeah, it's not too intense and it blends out really nicely. Oh, and I'm using the Wet n Wild bronzer brush. Okay, so far I'm loving everything I have on today. So let's go back to the eyes. And I'm gonna apply Cheens. Okay, and I'm gonna apply that right at the lash line. So I'm stamping it, and I kind of stop like a quarter of the way. There was an eyeliner I wanted to try, but I gotta sharpen it. Is the L'Oreal Silkissime eyeliner, and this one's in Green Ivy. And I'm gonna apply it to the waterline. That's so pretty. And then I'm going to take that fluffy brush, use the shade Churro, and buff out that lower lash line. Then I'm taking the fluffier brush and the shade Necessary and buff out the edges. I was going to apply the liquid lipstick from their first launch in the shade Sauvage, but I think it's going to be too much with this look. So I'm going to take a nude color. I'm going to line my lips first, and I'm going in with NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Los Angeles. Yes, I changed my mind, and instead I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Auto Lip Liner in the shade Cocoa. And the liquid lipstick I'm going to use is quickly turned into my new favorite liquid lipstick. I love the shade. I love the formula and how comfortable it feels on the lips. And the best thing of all is that it is the collab with What Would Lizzy Do here on YouTube, and I love her. I love her channel. I have had a chance to meet her, and she is so awesome and so sweet in person. So I definitely went out to pick this up at my local Sally's beauty supply, and I saw it, so I had to pick it up. And again, I'm not just saying that because I love her. I'm honestly saying this is one of like pretty good formulas out there. Very comfortable, not over drying at all. Oh, and her shade that there's a bunch of influencers that collabed with this makeup line. So they each came out with a different shade. And so this was What Would Lizzy Do, and this is in Peachy Keen. And then to finish it off, I'm just going to set it with some makeup setting mist. This is from Kat Von D, the Locket. This is the completed look using the Friendcation palette. I definitely loved this palette. I think it is an awesome purchase with all of the variety of colors from the mattes to the shimmers. You can definitely use this palette for different things like a natural look or for like a night out type of look. There's a lot of possibilities with that palette, so I totally recommend. And not to mention the quality of shadows that you get from Dose of Colors. It's honestly like blends seamlessly. There's no patchiness, there's no problems with this formula at all. So I would take advantage of those Ulta points and purchase it through Ulta because that is where it's being sold currently. I mean, also the Dose of Color website, but again, take advantage of those Ulta points. And that's pretty much it. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you next time. Bye.